Hey, folks, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening, wherever you happen to be on this beautiful planet. It's right back here. There it is. Um, Welcome back to EarthSky.org. And we've got a great show today for you. Let's get rolling. Let's not waste any time. Okay, so let's jump over here and we want to see this. This is trust me, you want to see this. Okay. Now, we've got a heck of a show. This is going to be it right here. Oop. And what we've got here is at twilight all week long. Venus. Venus will be dazzling in the west. And it's going to be meeting up with Saturn, bright Venus right next to each other in the sky this weekend, night after night, all week long. Earth's bright twin is slowly cozying up to the ringed gas giant. You can see if you go out tonight, you're going to see, well, you know what? Let's go to the next slide. Oh, we're not quite ready for that one. Sorry. What you're going to see is tonight, you'll see something that looks about like that middle image. And then in late January, you're going to see that Venus has moved on, that Saturn is lower. And I'll be out there watching it with you folks. We're going to watch this one night tonight. We start tonight. And so stick around for this. You don't want to miss how to see this, where to see this. But first, we're going to jump over here and take a look at this. It's a special night for the moon. So, quick reminder, when you go out to Howl tonight at the January full moon, Mars will be parked right next to it, almost right underneath it. You can see it here. Let me point it out. It's right there. In fact, in some of the software, you're going to see that it's actually underneath the planet. I don't think we're going to get an occultation, though. That means Mars is hidden by the moon. I don't think that's going to happen. And if you look right there, off to the left of the moon, just above it, are the twins of Gemini, Castor, and Pollux. It's going to be a heck of a thing to see. Heck of a thing to see. And it's going to look a lot like that. Now, this is a photo that our own Raul Cortez, who is one of the authors of our Sun News, daily Sun News at earthsky.org, he took this on July 27th back in 2018 in Monterrey, Mexico. And this is going to happen this evening. It'll look, pretty much like this. And the whole group will rise in the east at sunset. It's going to travel. This is going to be true no matter where you are on the planet. It'll rise at sunset. It's going to go across the sky all night long, and it'll set in dawn. And the Mars and the moon will move a little bit against the background star. So if you stay up all night to see that, you might notice that if you're keen-eyed. So here's another image, and what we've got here is the main event. Back to the main event, folks. This is what you've stuck around for. Now, this image is by EarthSky contributor, reader, Brent Barbero, who is up in Alberta, Canada at the Beaver Mines. And he shot this on January the 8th, so just 5 days ago. And let's make sure you can see what you're supposed to be looking at. There it is. See it? That's bright Venus right there. And look at all those clouds. Beautiful sunset, all that snow. What a relaxing view. But the weather doesn't have to be perfect for this. You can go out and see it. Maybe it'll be sailing through the clouds for you as the clouds go by. But anyway, let's take a look. It might look a lot like this. Now here, this is Venus right here, and underneath it is the crescent moon meeting up. And this was taken by Christian. I'm going to screw this up. Christian Dominique, no, Agui in Bien Unido in the Philippines. I've never heard of it, but it sounds like a nice place. And look at that picture, another very serene and beautiful night sky landscape. And both of these pictures, by the way, were just shot with regular old cell phones on their cameras and shared to the EarthSky community photos page. So If you've got a hankering to share, please do. We would love to have your stuff. Anyway, let's move right along. Let's keep going here. So in the pictures that we looked at earlier, Brent's picture, it's going to look is he's showing something that looks like early January. What we're going to see tonight will be mid-January. It's going to look a lot more like this, and then later on in the month, it'll look like that. So this weekend, this is what we are gearing up for. The two are moving closer and closer, and then on the 17th and the 18th, that's Friday and Saturday, they will be at their closest. They'll be pretty close on the 16th too. So why don't we take a look at this instead? And this is what you're going to see tonight, right? So here's Venus, zoom in just a little bit. Saturn, much dimmer because it's much further away. Now they're lined up, but Saturn is 1 billion miles beyond Venus, right? So they look like they're lined up. So this is tonight. This is about 5:30. By 6:30, you'll have a nice starry sky or a starry sky. And then, so tomorrow and the day after. Okay, and so there's Thursday. Now Friday, they'll be at their closest, and Saturday. And this continues. We're going to go on all month. So you can watch this as it happens night after night. Definitely, definitely worth going out to see that. I'll be out there with you folks. And we're all going to be out there together. Um, hmm, well, this is interesting. Anyway, so they're already pretty close. They're gonna get a lot closer. And I am having a bit of a delay on my teleprompter. Okay. All right. So all weekend long. And here, if you've got a pair of binoculars, get them out because this will be worth seeing. If you've got a nice steady hold on them, or maybe they're on a tripod, you might see Saturn's rings, or you might even see the crescent moon of the crescent shape, I'm sorry, of Venus. And Venus is, in fact, a crescent. And the reason for that is okay, so here we go. This is a bit complicated. We're both going counterclockwise here. So Earth is going counterclockwise, Venus is going counterclockwise. And right now, Venus is over here and it's moving toward here. It'll be here in March. And when that happens, you can see that we won't see it anymore because it will be lined up with the sun. And as it gets closer to us, it's going to get a smaller crescent. And it's going to look like this too. So there's Saturn way out there. Remember, so we got Venus about 60 million miles from Earth at this point, but way, way, way out here, 1 billion miles is Saturn. And that's what we'll be seeing tonight. They will appear together in the sky. Okay, so when you're watching Venus and Saturn night after night, and you can really see that Venus is racing past Saturn. It's getting lower. If you go back to the 9th and the 10th and you look in stellarium, you're going to see it's just racing along. And it's orbiting correctly. Oh my goodness. And that's on the right side of this image. It's catching up to us. We saw this. I'm sorry, folks. I've had a minor error here. Anyway, so Venus is getting closer, the crescent is getting smaller, and that's going to end up meaning that Venus is actually going to be its brightest on Valentine's Day. That kind of fits, doesn't it? So that's nifty. Anyway, so let's go back and take one more look at this. One more look at this image right here. Okay. Now, this is our perspective. We're we're going around in a circle. We're all on this nice flat line. And so imagine cars on a racetrack tonight when you go out. This is what we live in. This is our home. This is what you're going to see. These planets, they're billions of miles apart, but they're moving in conjunction, and we're right in the middle of it, folks. This is going on right now, tonight. Go out and take a look. Go out and take a picture. Share it with us. Enjoy it. It's such an incredible Incredible view. Oh, excuse me. It's time. Anyway, uh, this is part of something so much bigger. We've got front row seats right now. The four most visible planets we can see from Earth are up together. So go out and see if you can't get that wide perspective with Venus and Saturn over here and Jupiter up in Orion and Taurus. And then over here we've got Mars and the moon tonight. The moon tonight. So let's take a look at that. That's what you can expect to see tonight when you go out and have a look at Jupiter. Please join us. Come on out and take part. There's this is it. This is where we live. Uh, anyway, thanks for joining me. I am sorry about the pauses. This technology might be a little new to me. Anyway, that's it, folks. We have run out of time. That's what that buzzer is. So thank you again for joining me. We've had a great time. If you got anything out of this, please like and subscribe. I put links for all the fun stuff down there in the description of this video. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.